I am LordMaddog, and we are playing Kerbal Space Program. The last time we played, we tried to create a SSA that was warp capable. However, that utterly and totally failed. That's a good thing I was fast forwarding in that. So, alright. So then I did, because money was a problem, I found out about this nice mod called Exoplanetary Launch Pads, which is pretty cool. So I built this thing, and I'll show you it. Here we go. Open it. Open. The big one is what I called it. Alright. Where is that at? So, big one. Here we are. Load. This thing cost $800K. You send it out. It mines the ground for resources. Then it uses a smelter to convert it into usable objects, and then your Kerbals turn them into rocket parts. And then rocket parts you can use to construct something. And that takes a lot of time. But I took a day. I did this. I built this thing, put it out there, and I built my little drone, and then I recovered it, giving me $13 million. Yeah, it's kind of a cheat, I thought. Kind of, because it's just cost too much. So I thought, well, in confiscation of doing that, I will go ahead and build a ship that can launch the big one to Minimus. Well, I succeeded in building it, and I succeeded in launching it off the launch pad the first time. It got up to almost orbit, and then the game's physics snapped and completely disintegrated, crashing the game and my recording, making them both shot. I tried a few more times to launch this thing. It works. It's just sometimes, somewhere randomly in the launch, it just bugs out, and boom, everything just blows to smithereens. I will launch and try one more time for you all get to see the beautiful pictures of this completely lagged out game. It's totally annoying. But hopefully it doesn't crash this recording like it's done for the last couple times I've tried it. So you see here this monstrosity. It has first stage 2.6 weight thrust ratio with 2,000 millisiever seconds, which ends up being almost enough to get into orbit if it would actually work. And then after these sides drop off, this here has 3K, which is enough to get me to Minimus and land me with some extra. However, as you will so soon see, when I hit this, sometimes it works, and other times, there, okay, we launched. And as it launches, uh-oh, I'm having a problem with it tilting. Didn't do that before. Alright, yeah, I got it straightened out. We have so many, there, game's starting to speed up just a tad bit. Now, once we reach about 2,000 ms, we've got to start slowing down because that's too much pressure. Too much thrust to weight ratio for this thing to handle, and it will blow itself to smithereens. However, as I said, it will blow itself to smithereens no matter what we do because uh-oh. We need more thrust to weight ratio. No. What's going on? Oh, I'm doing that. That was my fault. here, as you can see, the physics bug out, just randomly bug out, and then everything just goes boom for no stinking reason whatsoever. Just boom. And I've gotten it pretty high. I've gotten it almost all the way into orbit before it just, and getting ready to actually release it before it just decides to blow itself apart for no stinking reason whatsoever. But I'll let you go ahead. It's froze, as you can see. I don't know if you can even hear me anymore because of it. But you'll see it all pretty go boom if it actually doesn't close. Come on. Yeah. Well, it'll happen eventually. Sometime in the next 5 minutes. Okay, I might have to cut some of this until it actually decides to blow up. Or I could sing for y'all while you wait. My famous... Oh, there it goes. Oh no. It did it again, it froze. But yeah, so even though I built a ship that can theoretically get me to Minimus, it's this 150-ton payload into Minimus, to all the way to Minimus, the game won't let me because it doesn't like physics. It's pretty though. There goes something. Oh, all my Kermans are all gonna die. Hey, we're still going up. No, not really. So, how do you find out what happened? Where is that? There's like usually like a what you call it menu when you can pull up to see nope, not this time. Well, you're going back down. I'll see you never again. Ah! Look at all the little white dots flying all over the place. It's like rain. I've got like one speed per second here. 1 frame per second. I wonder what all those pieces are. They're coming down. Jebediah thinks this is fun. He doesn't know he's going to hit the water at 200 meters per second and explode. There, boom. There goes the tires for sure. Oh God. Yeah, gone. I don't even know what all those pieces are. Now that thing should appear when I hit escape. Here we are. Liftoff. Adapter 2 collided into C2 band adapter slanted. That's not even possible. They're both staked down. And then it gives a nice chain reaction. And everything goes to pot. All in 20 seconds. Oh, I mean all point something milliseconds. Alright. Revert to vehicle assembly. As I said, I've redone it and redone it. It's just not going to ever launch. But I don't need to launch it. Instead, this time around, we're going to launch my Dunna Explorer. I think. Is this Dunna's Explorer? Small try. I think this is my Dunna Explorer. Yes, it is. Alright, I need some parachute. Oh, it has parachutes. There was something I remembered thinking I needed to put on it, but I didn't. Oh, a person. Yes, I figured I probably should go ahead and put somebody with it. But that means I have to push this down some and refit the fairing. There we go. And then we'll refit the fairing. Edit fairing. There we go. Yep. On second thought, maybe I should move the metal up a little, not the... Oh, we're snapping here. There we go, because, yeah, we can move the floor up, this up just a tad bit, and move this back up just a tad bit, so it's just, I only have to get it right in the middle of that thing, but it can't quite be sticking out. There we go, and it's not really coming into there too much. I can see what's in there still, because I need to be able to target. Alright. We can also move this up a tad bit too to make sure we don't actually hit. There we go. There we go. The big question is, do I want to take, because I was thinking about this, I was watching someone online and they said if you get really close to Kerbal, the sun, which is most of us refer to it as, he referred to it as Kerbal, you can have 8 of these power up the warp drive to keep it complete. No, I don't want to do that. No, that's not good. I'll just put 2. Or, yep. And we want for our pilot to be a scientist. Oh, we could do an engineer and then put, no, I'm not doing any of that. Yeah, we want a scientist. Who do we want to take? Bob Kerman, though. It won't hurt. Alright. With this launch, we should obtain absolutely all the science we can obtain. And, you know, I've been thinking about probably going ahead and installing Interstellar. Just because I'm close to the end of the game already, and you don't need near as many launches when you're close to the end of the game. You just put up a couple big, really heavy things, and that way you get more variety. Because even at the end of the game here, I can't really do a lot. Like I feel that I should be able to. Then that's just awesome me. But I was watching, you know, some of the end game equipment. It's pretty awesome. We'll see what happens when I try. We need to get about 80K. About 90. That's good enough. Actually, I could just fly completely. I don't have to waste any time getting into orbit. You know, I could try that. We're gonna try that. Ready? Just keep going straight up. Because I only have to get 9,000K away. At this rate, I'll leave the system. Oh my gosh. I didn't know you could do that. I left the system. Oh, no. I had an encounter with the moon. I didn't leave the system. I thought I did. I did leave the system. Though I don't really want to. So I need to spin all the way back around and do some retrograde burning. Because I don't want this thing floating out. This huge heavy thing floating out in the middle of nowhere for no stinking reason. Though if I had enough, if I would have been aiming at Minimus, that might have been able to shoot straight for Minimus. Questionable. Don't think so. Too fast. Alright. There we go. We will come back. Alright. We're gonna leave this thing to fly all the way out there and come back by itself. It'll utterly shatter, but... Alright. I didn't know you could do that. Save game, release. We tossed out. Alright. What? We are still headed up. We'll go ahead and go higher here. Hit 9,000. What we need. We're at 15. Activate this engine. Oh, I can't do it because I'm in activate engine. Boom. Now we have no electrical charge because I got to turn on my. There we go. Make sure these are on. They're not working. Is it 4? Ah, it's 4. Okay, not 3. Alright. We have full electrical charge. We have full... Alright, and we can go anywhere we want. And it keeps on hitting... Oh, retrograde. That's what it's doing by itself. Okay. Now. We need to go to Dunna. Map. Dunna. Because we want to land on Dunna. There's that probe, Moho probe. I don't even need that anymore. Dres. Dunna. Set as target. What's its relative velocity? We need to... It is 7,000 meters per second. Hopefully that means that... I don't know. I think I'm not going to do too well if I try to just shoot off towards it at 7,000 meters per second. I think I'm going to need to be a much lower. I still haven't quite figured out how to do that, but we will first off, we're going to have to go this way for sure. Let's go ahead and get a nice orbit around Kerbin. Well, outside of Kerbin. And around the sun. I am going way too fast. Alright. Oh, no, I'm only going 2,000 compared to the target. Now that's good to know. We'll fly right towards the target then. Because I'm sure I can have... oh wait, no target. Wait, there's a target? What's going on here? Dunna, 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 Dunna. There it is. Save game. And fly off towards Dunna. Where'd it go? Is it still my target, or did it kind of... No, it unset. It just did that to me. Here. Where is that at? Where's my target? There it is. I don't know how that happened. Again. Alright, so I make it to Dunna here. As you can hear me yammering on in the background. I have it sped up because once I get to Dunna, I suddenly realize that I have no communication devices on this ship whatsoever. So as you can see up here, over here in the corner, I have no communication at all. So I have to revert flight, and again have to launch off. I have to put some. I'm gonna have to put some satellite dishes in here. I thought I could put them down underneath here and there, and none it didn't work out. I ended up putting some collapsible ones right here. Oops, nope. Need. Come on. Yeah. All right. So launch. And put 2 collapsible ones. One that'd be plenty enough. Launch. Once again, we go into space, and I'll just skip through here because you guys don't want to see me do that all over again. So now in space, I fly away from it, and we are there. Turn on my reactor because I forgot to turn on my things because I forgot to as well. Don't need those out. Alright, and to the target. However, this time I look at my speed relative velocity to target, and I realize that 2,000 is too fast, so I'll have to spend almost 2,000 in delta V, and it's not worthwhile because I only have 3,000 delta V's. So I only actually have 800 delta V. What? Oh, well, whatever. Okay, so I decide that I need to lose some velocity relatively. And the only problem is that I took forever in doing it. I ended up gaining more velocity than I lost for a long time. And I end up spending over half an hour trying to get that velocity down. That's just I still hadn't began to truly understand how to do that. So you see there, and we're still going through the whole thing and trying to lose that velocity. I'm just skipping forward for you guys because it was bad. Alright, so I got my relative velocity back to 2k, but then I lost it. Back at 2.4. So we gotta lose it again. 4k. Just kept gaining velocity here. Finally got it down to 1k, which I figured was absolutely enough, and I fly off to Dunna. Yay, to Dunna we go! Keep on flying past Dunna too. Alright, so we are then flying towards Dunna, and right here we will go ahead and get ourselves in orbit around Dunna here. It takes a bit. We got to fly past Dunna, so we got to go retrograde. Alright, there we are. We're gonna have to spend some delta V to slow down unless I aero brake, and I'm not really sure about aero braking because it's, you know, kind of risky at this speed. So I go ahead and zoom in, get myself really close until my engine just kills itself over. Then I spend the delta V necessary to get myself into orbit. Make sure my engine was on. There we go. I am now in orbit around Dunna. Alright, retract. I'm going to go ahead and spin around it a few times, get all the data if I can from it. Yay, more data, more science. Because I hadn't actually got all that much science from it the last time I was here. I have more science because I have a person on it. Means I can use the Mr. Goo over and over again in my materials based study and a few other things that I didn't have when I came back here the last time, I think. And turn on that thingy, the scanner. EVA 56. Ooh, it's nice. Board. All right. More data. Alright, so more data. Ongoing geological EVA. Just doing the whole data thing. You've been through it many times with me. You turn on this little X science piece, you turn it so it automatically stops you, turn on this warning sound so you can get every single bit of bone mine flyover when you're in low orbit around a celestial body. Oops, I missed one there, but oh well, not a big deal. We decided to stop fooling around with that because they're only like, I don't need that much data science anymore. As you've seen, I've pretty much got the whole thing filled out, and so I decided I'm gonna go ahead and land on Dunna. Gonna bring it around. There we go. Gonna retrograde burn for a few seconds, bring myself into low orbit. And we are gonna go through the atmosphere. Yes, I know I have very bad signal right now because they're closed, but the antennas, it's fine. I'm trying to spend as little delta V as possible. So the first time lowers my apolepse a great deal. So that means the next one would probably get me to actually land. Oh wait, I'm still losing altitude here. Okay, so I will probably land on this turnaround. I'm going to go do some testing here, make sure everything's on. All right. So we are once again out of the atmosphere. We were able to speed up a little. Now we're going back into the atmosphere, and we're going to land on Dunna here any second. The actual atmosphere on Dunna isn't all that heavy from what I'm seeing. Here we go. I'm going to need to slow down some. Probably going to want to use landing guidance. I want to deploy. No, I don't want to deploy my parachutes here, because if it deploys my parachutes here, no, I'm gonna have to reload. No. Yeah, I don't want to deploy my parachutes, because if I deploy my parachutes here, I won't be able to land back on Kerbin, and I need to be able to land back on Kerbin. So right there, perfect landing. Not a very stable place, but we have now landed on Dunna. Yes. Let's slide down here. Gonna deploy my drills. Come on, deploy drills. And start harvesting. So we can get back enough fuel to take back off Alpha Dunna and return to Kerbin. Except I made a mistake. Thermal efficiency. The drills aren't thermally efficient because my radiators are not stationed close enough to them. So they don't actually work. Well, that sucks. So now I can't get enough ore to well, eventually we'll get enough ore, I guess. I guess eventually, even with that low thermal efficiency, it will eventually get enough. They're just months away, maybe, instead. Alright, let's get some testing here. Drill the rock. Okay, so, board now. And instead of taking right back off, thermal efficiency 0 means I'm not getting any. Maybe that's not going to work. No ore. Well, okay. This is what I'm building next time. I'll cue into that next time. But thank you for joining us this time. And next time we will do something grand. All right. So see you next time. LordMaddog signing off.